Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Darlene Campbell. I'm from Ohio. Feel sorry for me a little bit. No. Anyway, I live in my childhood home. It's a historical home, needs lots of work. And instead of working on the house, I draw comics, I paint, I read a lot. I'm working on some middle grade graphic novels. And one of my favorite things to draw with comic art is a character I call Zebra. He just kind of popped up one day and he shows up invited or not once in a while. So if things go glitchy, if something, if I don't get a link in right or I can't spotlight, which I think I can, but we're just going to blame him. That's Zebra. And he doesn't care, don't worry, because he likes the attention. But I did tell Zebra that he could help me with one thing, and that's share the screen. You ready? Yeah. Okay. Screen sharing. Uh, Wait. Um, no, Zebra. I meant the digital screen sharing. Although if anybody knows me, they know still use a chalkboard for my creative ideas. I still use tons of paper and lots of notebooks. Uh, but let's see. Let me practice here on screen sharing. All right. Welcome to Soul Graphic Medicine Summit Comics Reading. You do see that, right? Everybody asks that question. This is an event going 3-day exploration of the intersection of comics and health. That was last night's events. They will be recorded so you can find them later. This is today's event. There's still a 5 p.m. event and a 9 p.m. awards event. Sunday, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 6:30. And Saul also is getting ready to offer their famous online comic certificate program. That's a year-long program. I hear it's amazing. That's one I haven't done. I might need to jump in soon. But you can go to saulcomics.org to learn more about this course or many other online courses offered. Also, you can join a monthly working group, Graphic Memoir and Medicine Monthly Working Group. And we depend on your donations. Thank you for being here. Please donate. There's a QR code to scan and there's a link. I'll try to provide the link later in the chat for that also. Thank you so much. And let's get on with our Soul Graphic Medicine Summit comics reading. We have 6 participants. And artists, the 6 artists, while you're here, if you feel free to put anything in the chat regarding your links, resources, where we can find your book if you have a book, any of that information, just pop it into chat. And if you want to wave your hand as I introduce you so people can see who you are, I know they can read your name, but first presentation will be Eric Glickman. Hello, Eric. Second presenter will be Carole, McKee, Armen. Hi, Carole. And Elvis Bakaitis.
Bakaitis. Hey.
Bakaitis. Thank you. And MKee Czerwiec. I saw 2 pronunciations for that. Do we need to correct that?
It's Czerwiec. It's easier than it looks.
Czerwiec. Well, Google's wrong.
Google's always wrong.
Yeah, Alexandria Batchelor and Naomi Volain. Hi, Naomi. Let's see, let's get with Eric. There you are. We're ready, Eric?
Am I supposed to just start? Is that how this
Well,
works?
I'll tell you what, I'll start with that poster behind you. It must be the cover of your book. Paka Walk Need Dynamite. And I'll probably mispronounce all that, but I'm going to that camp.
I'll help you out there.
Yeah.
That's my graphic novel from it's been published by Black Panel Press called Camp Pakawakni in the Dynamite Summer of '77. It's a
I love it.
fictionalized memoir, coming of age story taking place at sleepaway camp in the '70s. So there's nothing to do
Yay,
with graphic
70s.
medicine, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd buy it based on the title. Yeah. And oh, excuse me, Eric. Yes.
Yes.
No, you shouldn't just start. Let me do an introduction.
Oh, okay.
Eric is a cartoonist and art educator. His debut graphic novel, Camp Pakawakni and the Dynamite Summer of '77, was praised by Kirkus Reviews as an endearing, gleefully raunchy coming-of-age tale. Eric is currently collaborating with his longtime creative partner, Stephen Hirsch, on a graphic memoir to honor their friendship with heart and humor while documenting Stephen's experiences with Alzheimer's disease.
That is my intro. I forgot I even wrote
Hmm.
that. So thanks for doing that. And
Sure.
yeah, so what I'd like to do is share a comic that I did actually almost 2 weeks ago to this week up at the Center for Cartoon Studies in Vermont. I went up for a week-long workshop, and I took a workshop called now I forgot, resiliency. Yeah, graphic resiliency. And we were, in this space, working on this space. And the comic that I created is the one that I'm going to share with you right now. And I will tell you a little bit about it after we're done. So let's see. Sharing is not turned on, it says.
Okay, we've got it. Thanks for letting me know.
Now let's see. Can I share? Yes, I can. Can I find it? Yes, I can. Will it appear? Do you see that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Fantastic. Look at how everything is working. So this is my comic, Two Alta Cockers Walk into a Bar. And let's see if this is working because it's not right now. Why is it blue? There you go. And for those who don't know, Alta Cocker is a Yiddish phrase used humorously or affectionately to describe an older man. So this is my comic and I will share it with you. Stephen and I met in the fall of 1984 when we both worked at an ad agency in the Chrysler Building. For 30 years, we spent our working hours as creative partners. He was the copywriter, and I was the art director. We created ads for Jell-O and Wendy's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and Dannon Yogurt and Colgate and Goldfish and Milano cookies and Campbell's Chunky Soup. And we became great friends. Towards the end of our career, I would introduce us to new clients like this. Me and Stephen are like an old married couple, except we still have sex. Ha 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 ha. Neither of us are in advertising anymore, so these days we meet up pretty regularly at a local bar. Over the past few years, Stephen has been losing words. No big deal. We're old. That shit happens. Like for me, sometimes remembering stuff feels as if there is a big old Rolodex spinning in my brain, and each of my memories is written on a card. Sometimes the big old Rolodex slows down or stops, and then I can read those cards. but there are also tons of cards that just fly by in a blur, and I have no control over it. What are memories? And what if they are only inside two people's brains, and one of those brains is dying? I can't possibly carry all of these. Is this the beginning? What will happen? How fast? How long? How does he seem? Talk about it? Don't talk about it? I don't want our every encounter to be about it. How can I be supportive? What about Dana? What about his kids? I love him so much. One day, a couple of months ago, I actually can't remember when it was exactly. Cheers. This one is good. So how's things? What's going on? Well, it's official. I have Alzheimer's. Mazel tov. I don't know why that was my reaction. Later, Stephen told me that he liked my reaction. We still meet up regularly. Stephen seems more or less okay. Being with him makes me think of my favorite joke. These two friends are at a bar, and one guy says to the other guy, "You see those two alta-cockers over there having a beer? Someday that will be us." And the other guy says, "Buddy, that's a mirror." Not the end. So that is two alta-cockers walk into a bar, the 4-page comic I did. And as was mentioned during the intro, I did this 2 years ago, and inspired by this comic, Stephen and I are and have been collaborating on a long-form graphic memoir documenting our friendship and Stephen's experiences with Alzheimer's disease. I'm in that graphic memoir class through SAW, where we get together and discuss what we're working on. And that is my comic. So I will stop sharing.
Wonderful. Everyone, also, if you have any questions or comments, keep the chat going. And I love your graphic work. Yeah, looks excellent.
Thank you.
So we'll get that off. Okay. I got caught up in the story and forgot I was hosting Carole. This is Carole McKee Armen. We've been friends at Saul's workshops and communities for years now. Carole is born and married student housing at Earlham College, a Quaker school. Carole grew up to claim the power of the arts that saved her young self. Reading, writing, and drawing didn't rescue her from the incest, rage, turmoil, and violence that she experienced as a Quaker Unitarian Universalist minister's daughter. However, in her speculative memoir, Lurking Variables, Carole shows how her imagination made sense out of senseless chaos and art out of feeling alone through trauma. I got goosebumps just reading your title and info.
Oh, thank you. Lurking Variables is the name
I
of my
love
memoir.
that.
Share and I hate when I can't find something that's right here. I'm going to make this smaller so I can see heaven's sakes. Okay. I had it all up and ready, and now it is not. Of course. No, I'm so sorry. I practiced this and everything. Finder. There it is. Okay. Now, okay. Okay, Lurking Variables is my speculative graphic memoir. And this is me. And in speculative memoirs, often there are metaphors that are used, and other, these are both characters.
Carole?
Yes,
Seeing it.
yes.
We don't
You're not
see
seeing
your
it?
Mm-mm.
Did you share?
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm nervous. I didn't. Oh, no, stop it. If you yell at a computer, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Feels like I'm, no, it just wants maybe. It like now it just wants to show me it and nobody else.
Would you be more, I mean, we're doing okay with time, but would you be more comfortable if we went on to Elvis and came back?
Yeah, let's go on, because I can't even get out of my screen now, so I don't know what's
Okay.
going on. Thank
Sure.
you.
Let's do whoops. Elvis. Hi, Elvis. Let's see. Elvis is working on a graphic novel about the eccentric trans philanthropist Reed Erickson. They are a student in the Biography and Memoir MA program at CUNY Graduate Center. Elvis is a longtime queer history activist and on the board of several national LGBTQ history organizations. Thank you for being here, Elvis. You can start whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Darlene. Thanks
Mhm.
everyone. So yeah, today I'm talking about a graphic work that's about caregiving, and elder care, and a kind of a caregiving journey that I was on about 10-ish years ago with my grandmother, pictured here, as kind of the little captain metaphorically of her own kind of aging and care journey. So yeah. So just to dive in, she had a fall. She lived in Brooklyn for her whole life, pretty much. And she ended up in this rehab. So we'll kind of start there. The rehab facility was empty, institutional, and quiet. We were navigating entirely new waters. Where are we? Let's go, she said. There seemed to be people at the front desk area, but when you rang the call bell for help, no one was to be found. Hello? At Hopkins, nothing was as it seemed. Where is everybody? I wondered. Sometimes the patients became trapped in their adjustable beds at weird angles. Can you help me? Hey, I'm stuck. Or possibly were left there, trapped for periods of time. Hey, you can't be in here. The staff were often angry and reactive. Even a simple attempt to visit the lunchroom was met with extreme hostility. Only 5 to 10% of American adults are isolated in nursing homes, but this was just a slice of the pyramid. It was a temporary rehab facility with all ages. Every interaction was very intense and loaded. This is us again in the lunchroom. On the TV, a preacher saying, "Oh, now pray with me, fellow Christians." One of our fellow diners said, "Hey, you know, they're not allowed to play this stuff during dinner." Ugh. Hey, not all of us want to be converted during dinner, she says to a staff member. A lot of intensity. you know, some of these people think they're on a mission from God, and you never know who's going to stab you in the back. If the residents were vulnerable, I was also vulnerable in a similar yet different way. You're very, very pretty. We could get together, but I'm gay. That makes no difference. One night, this creepy nurse hit on me. We were entirely alone on the floor, so I actually created a little barricade by the door of Sylvia's room with all of these implements. I felt that I also had to use my wits and charm to survive this place. And for context, I had actually moved into the facility with her for 2 weeks because I just didn't feel like it was safe to have her there alone. So in terms of personal charm, I used to think I was bad at remembering names. Hey, Elvis, hey, you. Very easy to kind of get away with that if you have a very memorable first name. But at the rehab, I learned so many names. Hey, Milagros, Brenda, Mrs. Watts, hey, what's going on? Probably about 40 to 50 names. And this is kind of my attempt to charm everyone into giving us better care, which was really my only like arsenal at that time. This was a scene from the hospital. Sylvia desperately needed fluids, but the nurse couldn't stick her arm for the IV. I can't get it. These rolling veins, they're so tiny. And this is me again. Okay, but like, who's the best? Like, who's the queen of IVs around here? um, you know, Erica, she might be the queen. She's pretty good. Let me see if I can try to get Erica over here. Erica was indeed the IV queen, and Sylvia got her IV fluids, thank God. But the whole situation, as anyone knows, I'm sure many in this room, was underlined by all this intense stress, anxiety, and really this deep need for constant advocacy. So kind of a constant pit of snakes that was within every interaction we had. So many questions were left really unresolved. So Sylvia had had this traumatic fall, and then she was literally like a completely different person. She had this very intense onset of dementia. So here we are in our little captain's boat again, trying to navigate. After the fall, Sylvia only called my name. I wish I had been there to rescue her that night, but I felt like she had chosen me to kind of continue to rescue her. So here's her with one of these home health aides, and she's like, yelling my government name forever. Sleeping in the hospital, as anyone knows, is extremely uncomfortable. So I would create these weird little beds out of 2 chairs with a gap. It was insane. Couldn't sleep. In the meantime, Sylvia, someone had to be there because I put her in a little magician's hat. She would try to jump out of the bed. So you'd have kind of this dynamic of you're trying to sleep, but also somehow keep her from not falling again. Very challenging. Ageism. So this is my really main takeaway with this whole experience. So this woman saying, "Good God, Brad, I'm getting older. Ah, what can I do?" So really just sitting with the Pandora's box, right? That we kind of open, every little candle on the happy birthday cake kind of pops off, and we actually age every single day. But again, a lot of these things happened about 10 years ago. And, you know, in my life, I just saw this conflict between people I knew who were, you know, relatively young and figuring out how to deal with their own fears of ageism as we kind of move through this experience. And as I tried to talk to peers about it, which was really hard. Ageist language is unintentionally everywhere. This lamp has really outlived its usefulness. You're like, Or we romanticize the complex realities of aging. So this was a friend. People said a lot of wild things. She would be like, "Wow, your grandmother's 100. I want to live to be 100. That is a goal of mine." And for me at that time, it's a beautiful sentiment, but it kind of made me wonder, had she ever met someone who was 100? Would the vision actually match up? So I was kind of thinking of my reality with Sylvia. saying, I don't want to eat my pudding, or various things. And then this kind of mystical idea of the future, quote unquote, successfully aging person, which is really common in the literature of this idea that seniors are all dancing and going to fitness clubs, and that maybe they are, that's really great. But there's a lot of other complex aspects of it too. Such as this moment, not Sylvia's finest, but she would come, it was almost like another side of her personality really came out. So um, she says, you lie, I'm gonna chop your head off piece by piece. And she really said it with this kind of gangster-like mafioso aspect. And the home health aide in Miami was just like, Sylvia, I just want you to wash your hands, my God. So yeah, we were like, where did this come from? And another time, this was actually before she fell, I would stay over at Sylvia's house and I would kind of almost put my presence there as like a caregiving force. And she'd be like, all right, time for you to go. I would gently explain, oh, I'm just here to stay over. I thought I'd help out. No, 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 get out of my house. So she was a very tiny, maybe 5-foot woman at this point with a huge amount of power. And I really can't underestimate how, intense it can really be to try to help someone they don't want you. But we also had like a million sweet moments. So we were standing at the window and she would say, she really loved birds. And she'd be like, I don't see any birds here. And I was like, oh, maybe it's evening. Birds went home. And she goes, maybe they're out shopping at Moisha's, the local supermarket. You think the birds shop at Moisha's? I think some of them do. Some, but not all.
Oh,
So the bird kind of became this, to me, like symbol of her protector bird. She had literally, I one time counted like 140 birds in her living room, not live, thank God, but the birds were definitely a presence. And I almost came to think of Sylvia as like a little bird in her own way.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, not to pivot too sharply, but I think again, everyone at this conference would recognize there's so much difficulty getting what you want out of a really still very male and very authoritative medical complex. So we like to put sort of a happy sticker on it, but there is so much going on behind the scenes that is complicated with insurance and all this other bad stuff. One of these aspects is like the pyramid of authority. So you have home health aides who I would trust my life with usually, who really see what's going on. And then you kind of get down with the doctors who are like, oh yeah, I got about a time, I'm gonna, slip away. So just the pay differential, and I'm sure I way underestimate how much doctors get paid, but it's wild, the kind of pyramids that we interact with. I also had a lot of interesting moments with Sylvia versus or interacting with technology. So she would get these automated phone calls and she loved talking on the phone, but she was like, hey, I don't understand this woman. She keeps calling me and she's repeating herself. I hang up on her and then you're going to see she's going to call right back. It's so irritating. So just these ways where, as we age as well, we're going to see the shift towards robot takeover. And then we still interpret it with sort of our deep human lens. I think it's really complicated and interesting. So again, I live in New York City. A lot of this part will be just about the tension between people on their phones. We're not looking at babies. We're not caring for elders. We are, but we're doing it in a landscape that's very focused on other things like professional life and technology absorption. So don't become a screen zombie. And let's keep in mind that everyday heroes walk among us in many forms, in many types of ways. And yeah, just to end, I wanted to say thank you for everyone for being here and just that elder care really is an everybody issue. So yeah, thank you for your time. Shades.
That's wonderful. Okay, it's have to make a couple of comments. I just love the color spots. Sylvia, I have really appreciated her humor through this, and the screen zombies, the ageism. I just kept picturing greeting cards and stickers. Let's just print some stickers and put them all over telephone poles and that sort of thing. Wear them. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Darlene.
you have lots of comments going.
Oh,
It was
nice.
very relatable for people.
Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. Carole, how are you doing?
I'm ready. I'm even breathing.
Okay. Ta-da.
All right. So this
Would you like
is-
me do you need me to review a little bit on your bio, or you can introduce your,
what I would like is if I could get to my second slide on my slideshow, and then if you read it while that's up, I would be comfortable.
your
with
second
that.
slide and go ahead and read your bio? Did I understand
Yeah.
that? Okay,
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So let's see if I could do this. We'll try it again. Don't want to show. I'm just baffled. There. I don't know.
There we
Okay.
go. Yes.
Yay, life is good. Okay, here we go. So, Lurking Variables is my speculative graphic memoir.
Right here, born
Yes.
and married student housing at Earlham College, a Quaker school, Carole grew up to claim the power of the arts that saved her young self. Reading, writing, and drawing didn't rescue her from the incest, rage, turmoil, and violence that she experienced as a Quaker Unitarian Universalist minister's daughter. However, in her speculative memoir, Lurking Variables, Carole shows how her imagination made sense out of senseless chaos and art out of feeling alone through trauma.
Thank you.
Lovely.
And this is Stage Fright up above. That's one of my alter ego characters. So Stage Fright is shines light on my life for me and is a little bit braver than I am. And my memoir takes place at the Vocal Cord Theater because finding my voice has been so important to me. The Vocal Cord Theater. Father's Day messed with me this year. Now it's not acting. Why am I still drowning in these feelings? Am I pathetic? Quit whining, your glass is half full. Are these thoughts inside of me? Ugly, worthless, complicated, attention-seeking, selfish, monstrous, frivolous, too much, self-serving, pathetic. Carole is an interruption. Are these thoughts inside of me? Or am I inside of these thoughts? Frowsy, show off, complicated, attention seeking, greedy, guilty. Who do you think you are? Immature, needy. This is exhausting. I'm a burden. I am a burden. These thoughts are crushing me. I can't get a thought in edgewise. Talks too much, eats too much, is too much. I'm eclipsed. Maybe I deserve this. Lurid. Get up, Carole. Beat, 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 beat. But I'm boring. Talk back to those thoughts. Push back, Carole. But I'm bad. Use your voice. And then shoop, around goes stage fright. Draw, draw, draw. Thank you for that moment.
Oh, Carole, thank you. Thank you. Your visuals are stunning. Stunning. I've seen this for a couple of years, maybe longer. So I've seen you build on this. The way you express to me the inside, outside, over, under, emotional thoughts and drama, all of this is just so unique and original. Thank you.
Thank you. I owe it all to my characters that have helped me get through this.
Yeah, but they're
That's the
within you.
Yep. Yep. Thank you.
Wow. Let's see. We have MK. Remember, everybody, while I find MK, to keep notes of any questions that you'd like to ask if we have time at the end. All right. I Googled you and I saw you're a famous author. So MK, RNMA is a nurse, cartoonist, educator, and co-founder of the field of graphic medicine. She is the creator of Taking Turns, Stories from HIV/AIDS Care Unit 371, published by Graphic Monday 2021 and Penn State University Press 2017. Also a co-author of Graphic Medicine Manifesto, PSU Press in 2014, and editor of the two-time Eisner Award-winning Menopause, a Comic Treatment, by Penn State University Press 2020. MK is also the comics editor for the journal Literature and Medicine. She co-manages the website, podcast, annual conferences, and online community of graphicmedicine.org. Wow, thank you. So happy you're sharing with us today.
Thank you. I'm super excited to share this work that just finished. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is a new book I just finished with the help of a bunch of friends, some of whom are part of SAW and on this call today. Yeah, so it's called LB and Me, a tribute memoir and invitation. And this book was created to celebrate Lynda Barry and the 15th anniversary of Ladies Do Comics, which is now referred to as LD Comics, and graphic medicine. I kind of feel like Ladies Do Comics, which is originally out of the UK, and graphic medicine kind of grew up together and have been very synergistic. And if you're not familiar with them, feel free, please look them up because it's a great, wonderful, also an international organization. So See One, Do One, Teach One is a method that is widely used to educate future doctors and nurses. It's a great method for teaching and learning things that can be scary to do for the first time, like performing a lumbar puncture, placing an IV site, or making a comic. Teaching and learning doesn't end at Do One, though. Each are constant processes of growth and development. The idea for this book came to me during a spin class when an extra funky song reminded me of Lynda Barry. As I rode, I started wondering if Lynda realizes how much of an impact she has had on the world. I wanted to take stock of the ways she's impacted my life and the lives of people I know. And this little book is an attempt to do those things and also share a few tips and tricks for making comics during difficult times. Oh, sorry about that. So, whoops, I'm all over the place here. This is my little winding table of contents. So you see, I start with see one, do one, teach one, and then we move on to a few other narrative developments. So we'll start with C1. I loved newspaper comics as a kid, but struggled to find myself in them. The closest I got was Baby Trixie in High and Lois because my aunt said I looked like her when my parents brought me home from the orphanage. She wasn't wrong. But comics families were too perfect. They never swore, they weren't mean for no reason. Their dads didn't have a stroke, and no one even grew up, let alone died. Looking at them now, I see what they were meant to teach. And I'm a bit of a nerd for citations in comics. So you see, I even have a citation for the idea of gender in comics. In Barry's comics, the grown-ups ignored you until they yelled at you. Kids could be queer or have awkward levels of enthusiasm, love funky dancing, and worry at night. Plus, Linda said we could all make comics, even if some dumb nun or kid said you didn't have talent. A.K.A, what the heck is this? Use your words. Put those markers away now. Do one. In What It Is, Linda writes about not being allowed to draw, being left wishing we had, quote, talent. It happens by the 5th grade. I was for sure that kid. Our book started having stupid stock photos or no images at all. We could read and write now, so we didn't need them. Really? Blocks of text bored me, so I stopped trying, and I didn't do so well in school anymore. I got by, but the fun just was gone. Did you use markers on our report? We're going to get in trouble. Why? Nursing school was different. I really wanted to do well, so I decided to learn my way. Little drawings helped me study. They made me laugh and learn. What an awesome combination. I will absorb you too. Oh, man. Then things got all serious again. Dad died. I went into AIDS care nursing. It was 1994, so all of my patients died. They were young and cool, and they just kept dying. I was exhausted. How could we give ourselves to our patients and families night after night and not lose ourselves entirely? They didn't cover this in nursing school. One way to cope is just disconnect. Do the tasks of being a nurse, but don't get involved. That's your new IV. Call me if you need anything. I'm kind of lonely. Try the TV. I gotta go. That was clearly a recipe for becoming someone I wouldn't like and a terrible nurse. She was so nice last time I was here. Did I do something? What I needed was a way to stay connected to my patients and their families, and also my own self. That is a tall order. What is self-care? Exercise, massage, therapy, yoga, the arts, all of the above? That's a lot, but worth it? Linda Berry says that humans brought image making through all of our evolution because it serves a critical function in keeping us alive, like an external organ, at least as important as one. Bingo! Kidneys and livers filter out toxins. Can making comics too? How to make filter comics, like dialysis for your brain. Tools you will need. Paper, pencil, pen, ruler, optional. Colors, optional. Step 1, take a deep breath, then make a box. Step 2, write some words about what is on your mind. Step 3, try to have the drawing do something to enhance your words. Draw something in response to your words. Step 4, make another box. The empty space between the boxes is called the gutter, and it implies time, and it makes a comic, a story, but makes your comic a story by asking, and then what happened? Which is reported to be oral historian Studs Terkel's favorite question. Step 5, repeat steps 1 through 3, as long as you want for at least 4 boxes, AKA panels. Step 6, deep breath. Come back to now and here. Where did you go? What did you learn? Take some notes. It works. Your results may vary, but filter comics will result in a story and movement. I kept making comics and was able to stay connected to my patients as well as their families and myself. By 2000, our AIDS unit closed, yay, but I was lost, not sure what was next for me. Boo. Wouldn't it be cool if I could keep making comics? But they could be better. Is there grad school for stories and healthcare? Ooh, this might be just what I need. Northwestern Feinberg Medical Humanities and Bioethics, MA. Step 3, teach one. The disciplines of the humanities, with their lenses turned to health, illness, disability, and medicine, are really all about stories. So are comics. My focus was on theories that might make my comics better. Trying to be taken seriously as a scholar, I tried to play down the comics thing, but my interest in comics was encouraged by my professors. You're the cartoonist. I hope there's a comic in your paper. My final paper asked the question, could comics be taken seriously in healthcare? 15 years later, clearly, the answer is yes. Skipping ahead to step 5, help one. Right around that time, my mom and aunt were in their late 80s and starting to significantly decline. Why am I standing here? You wanted to show me something. I don't know what it was. It's okay. Every Tuesday, I would spend a full day making sure they had all they needed. It got really challenging. Here's my grocery list and get my prescriptions, then go to your aunt's, get your aunt's medicines and take her to the bank and grocery store. Also check in on your uncle. He needs oranges, plus go see the kids. Mom's frontal lobe dementia actually calmed her, but that was worrying too. She insisted she needed no help. I fell on Tuesday. I just slept on the floor. Mom, can I please get someone to come help you? No. My aunt's dementia and physical limitations made her more belligerent and with poor judgment. She too lived alone and refused any help. I'm fine. If I have trouble getting to the toilet, I'll call you. I live 2 hours away. They were both in and out of hospital and rehab centers. These admits were usually the result of a fall or some such mishap. Go get my nurse now. Get me out of here now. My aunt started accusing everyone of stealing from her, especially me. You took my checkbook and used up all the money. Look, you closed that account last month, remember? Lies. And my mom couldn't take it anymore, so she refused to speak to her sister. Do not answer that. But Mom, that made my aunt go off the edge, particularly at me, the only human she spoke to all week. It looks like everything is so hard for you. Please let me get someone to help you, please. No, they will just steal from me too. You all just want me dead. This is so stressful. I am a wreck all the time. Maybe comics can help. No time. Try a 4-panel emergency comic. What? 1, desperately scribble 4 boxes. In box 1, state your struggle, then just draw something. 2, complete this sentence. And also, then draw. 3, and then this one. Because of this, and then draw. 4, and finally this one. One thing I can do is, and then draw. No one needs to see these. They are for you. Just get it out and down. Or just write and draw whatever is needed in 4 boxes. Here are a few of mine from back then. Honestly, I would have forgotten 90% of this without these comics. They really helped. And now, 10 or so years later, my mom and aunt are gone, and I treasure having a record of these times, even though they were so difficult. Run one. In the spring of 2014, I was teaching comic making to undergraduate writing students. Their favorite part of class was drawing demons in black ink, an exercise from Linda's 100 Demons. That winter, I saw that Linda was offering free public workshops at the University of Wisconsin Institute for Discovery. I drove to Madison with high hopes, eager to learn from her. The workshop was amazing, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Afterwards, Linda was signing copies of her new book, Syllabus, Notes from an Accidental Professor. Who would you like me to sign this to? How about Comic Nurse? I swear this really happened. You're Comic Nurse? You're my hero. What? I'm serious. What you all are doing with graphic medicine helps me convince professors here to let my students use comics in the hard sciences. I want to show you some of their work. Wait here until I'm done. We can go to the image lab downstairs. Reeling, I stepped aside in disbelief. After a few minutes, I did what anyone would do when their hero says they want to chat one-on-one. I convinced myself she was tired, just being polite, and I ran away to freak out in private. Sadly, this also really happened. After dinner, a play, and a long walk, I came back to my hotel and an email from Linda. To Comic Nurse from Nearsighted Monkey. Where did you go? Meet me in the image lab tomorrow morning. Overnight and in the AM, I worked on getting my head on right to switch from fangirl to wannabe professional. It mostly worked. So glad you came back. Okay, check out these amazing students comics my students made. Ways I succeeded, no tears, stayed upright. Ways I failed, talked too much, listened not enough, too excited. But I did have the foresight to record our chat. Then I couldn't listen to it for 5 years. Then I couldn't find the audio file for another 5 until this year. I still cringe at my chattiness, but oh well. I did get it together to honestly express my new greatest wish. Linda, this has been amazing. I hope we can work together sometime. Me too. How to go from fan to normal human in 4 easy steps. 1. 5 deep, slow breaths. In, out. Calming hands on heart. 2. Focus on your feet. I am rooted. 3. Remember who you are. Nurse, teacher, spouse, friend, dog mom, big dork. 4. Pretend to be someone else. Ooh, I can go into oral historian mode and interview Linda. That might work. So skipping ahead in the book, then I say here, I'm not unique. My LB story is one of thousands. We are the Berryheads. She has changed our lives by sharing so much of her life force in her comics, her books, her classes, her social media presence, reminding us to create, and we are profoundly grateful. Here are a few friends who wanted to share their stories. And in the book, you'll see it follows 15 other artists contributed their pieces that I include in there. And you are cordially invited to share your personal tribute to the magnificent Linda Berry, if you would like. You can email your page to comicnurse@mac.com, and that will be added to a collection on my website when the book comes out in hard print. Oh, my animations. I got to remember that I did them.
Wow.
That's the end. Thank you very much. So this comic in its full 80 pages is available as a PDF in the Ladies Do Comics online comics fair. There's a link on my website, comicnurse.com, so you can get the whole PDF. After April, I will have the book available in print, in hardcover print through my website. I'm sorry, after April. After August, comicnurse.com. Thank you so much.
Hey. I've heard about you, but I'm so happy to get this overview today. You're amazing. Really looking forward to that book. I really like the part about the story with the how to do your insight for making comics, if that makes sense. And I love all your little details, what phones used to look like. And make comics, it's like dialysis for your brain. I'm in. This is good. Thank you. So you have all that in the chat. I didn't check, but I would definitely pre-order your book. It's wonderful. Okay, got to take a breath with all this goodness going on. Get Naomi up here. Also love your studio. Even when I'm watching TV, more than watching the show, I'm looking at backgrounds and what's on their shelves, and I'm still searching Naomi.
I'm here.
Okay. You were right there. I just missed you completely. Excuse me. There we go. All right, Naomi Volain, did I pronounce your last name correctly? Okay.
Yes.
Naomi is a cartoonist and former high school science teacher. Her teaching inspires her to bring art and science together to communicate about cancer, plants, and scientific research. Last year, she took part in a graphic medicine panel at Comic Arts Los Angeles, and in a few weeks, she'll be part of another graphic medicine panel at Comic-Con International in San Diego. Naomi's received multiple awards for her science teaching, including the Presidential Award for Mathematics and Science Teaching, and as a top 10 finalist for the $1 Million Global Teaching Prize. She's worked in informal science education, including creating a plant education website, Plants Go Global. Naomi holds a BS from the University of New Hampshire and an MS from the University of Bridgeport, both in nutritional sciences. As a registered dietitian, she cared for patients in clinical and community settings. Naomi's an archer. She lives in Pasadena, California. Wonderful.
Thank you. And now, oops. Can you see that?
No, not yet.
You can see my screen?
We can see you,
Oh,
but not your screen sharing yet.
oh, I see. How's that?
We're coming. It's started. There it is.
All right. Hey there, everyone. Like Darlene said, plants, cancer, scientific research. Yeah, this is what I do. And 2 websites, like she mentioned, Naomi Volain Comics, and then Plants Go Global. I have a couple different versions here. These are a few standalone one-page comics, and then I have selected pages from the graphic memoir that I'm working on. Ye old breast cancer treatments back in the day. When breast cancer was detected in women in the 1700s, it was advanced and extreme, veiny and bloody, hard and lumpy, pain, anxiety, can't move arm, push through skin, oozing foul discharge. Oh, shoot. Somehow this is, okay, about 50 years later, Usher Parsons, MD, scorned the reprehensible deceptions that supposedly cured breast cancer. 1835, a dissertation on cancer, Harvard University. Green lizard, Lacerta bilineata. They cut off my arms and legs and ate me alive.
Mm.
Because cancer is not a battle. Am I a loser if I die? Why is cancer described as warfare? If you have cancer, are you a soldier? Nap champion. I endured science-based clinical treatments. I didn't fight. War is not healthy for children and other living things. Maybe people think cancer patients can ward off death. Mortals would like to think so. Do you guys ever think about dying? Are other medical problems battles too? He fought toe fungus. She conquered a compound fracture. He destroyed erectile dysfunction. Draft dodger.
Hmm.
Plants Go Global. I'm sorry. Excuse me, can you move the view of everybody? Because I can't get to the.
You
Wait a
know,
minute. I won't be able to read it all.
do you want? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand what you were asking.
Okay, I'm
You
all
want to
set.
ask again?
Thank you.
Okay,
I'm
all
good.
right.
I'm good. I'd had breast cancer surgery. It was rough. Heading into chemotherapy, I thought it would be a good time to adopt another cat. Litter box and vacation logistics aside, medical research studies show animal-assisted therapy has benefits for mental and physical health. People petting animals can release natural mood and relaxation hormones, oxytocin, prolactin, and serotonin. So interacting with animals can help with pain relief, can relieve stress, can lower blood pressure, can help relieve anxiety, can give comfort, and provide unconditional love. The Botany of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My bark holds paclitaxel, which treats one of womankind's most lethal diseases, Pacific yew, Taxus brevifolia. But remove my bark and I die. Ecosystems destroyed. And Pacific yew is my winter habitat. Taxol, short for paclitaxel, is the powerful chemical agent used for breast and other cancer chemotherapy. Taxol chemical structure abbreviated. I don't just jump out of yew trees, it's complicated. Why would you think treating breast cancer would be as simple as a pink ribbon? Scram. Just trying to help. To save Pacific yew trees, semi-synthetic Taxol is manufactured to reduce toxic chemical waste and energy use. Pure extraction of Taxol isn't an environmentally sustainable option. So, green technology, methods of semi-synthesis, and plant cell culture are bioengineered to make Taxol chemotherapy today. You're probably aware that Taxol chemotherapy for breast cancer has horrible side effects. So send me love because I feel awful, but I'm ever grateful for Pacific Yew and pioneering modern medicine. This is the memoir that I started working on with one of Saw's classes with Beth Tremblay, and Carole was in that class as well. Good job not dying. Selected pages. The maw of modern healthcare descended on me. I had no idea what was going on. Scheduling, referrals, lumpectomy, blood test, mastectomy, chemotherapy, imaging, immunotherapy, radiation. I had a breast MRI for a precision view of my tumor. You'll need to lie down on your stomach and let your breast dangle through the holes. Are you kidding me? I had a genetic testing to see if I had the BRCA gene, which predicts my risk for breast and ovarian cancer. The results would help guide my cancer treatment plan. Do I have the mutation, like Snow White and the Eight Dwarves, 301 Dalmatians? Find out here. Disney Family Cancer Center, the unhappiest place on earth, Burbank, California. The Disney Family Cancer Center's geneticist report had good news. You don't have the BRCA gene. You won't need a mastectomy. Dr. DNA. The treatment plan, cut, poison, zap. The lumpectomy surgery would remove my tumor, but not my breast. Cut. HER2 positive breast cancer. I guess I don't look like a jelly bean, right? You look like a glistening chunk of evil. Then chemotherapy. Yep, it's bad. Poison. The pre-meds, Decador the steroid, Zofran the barf buster, Benadryl the allergy antagonist, chemo, Taxol, cancer cell killer, Herceptin, immunotherapy extraordinaire. Finally, radiation, zap, boom shakalaka. Lump list in Los Angeles, cut. Waiting for my lumpectomy surgery gave me lots of time to think about my breasts. No, reconstruction, boob job, silicone implants. Breastfeeding my babies gave me so much joy, yet sadly, ironically, the very same milk-holding breast ducts were where my cancer was found. Having a 38C bra size let me enjoy some fashionista cleavage. I always love a party. Then it was time. Savvy Scout, Sentinel dye. We'll be using injections to locate your tumor during surgery. When I awoke from the lumpectomy surgery, I was wearing a therapeutic bra for healing, and so began a 1.5 years of cancer treatment. So far, chemotherapy was kind of theoretical to me, like, yes, let's do this. But I hadn't thought about its reality. Call me chemo, brace yourself. Don't sleep, don't poop, feel stoned, lose your hair, feel ugly, nap daily, don't smile. The chemo infusion room was soul-sucking. Nurse's stool held together with duct tape, depressing beige walls. Grandkids are happy chemo's over, circa 2013. Yay, Grandpa, you did it. Plexiglass barrier prevents COVID, promotes isolation. Repeating chemotherapy infusion sessions are called cycles. Think of menstrual cycles or a merry-go-round. Before, anxiety, dread, fear. During, bored, pissed, foggy, sad. After, sick like never before. Maybe I feel a little better. Not for long. What did you expect? Chemo is poison. Zap, radiation. Strangely, it wasn't so bad. But it was weird. The waiting room stressed me out. Distracted receptionist, out of focus TV, stained chairs, filthy rug. I got the dubious honor, a parking tag for a spot closest to the radiation center, because you're a sick chick. I got a tattoo dot between my breasts so the radiation would precisely zap my former tumor's location, like a prison tattoo. Luckily, the radiation team was skilled and compassionate. Unlike other cancer patients, I had no skin burns from radiation. After the final zap, I went to the beach where a ladybug landed on me. Scientific name, Coccinellidae, symbol of luck and love. It's 2023. It's been a year and 3 months since my last cancer treatment. I look in the mirror now and see a new person. There's no normal now. It's all new. I have new attitudes. I have new friends. My world has changed. I'm still processing the life-threatening disease that popped into my life. I suck, I know. Creating comics helped me cope with this mess. I was in charge of my words and my pictures. Cancer and sarcasm. I love chemo. Cancer and swearing. Cancer and working. I quit. Cancer and pink washing. Broadcaster Lester Holt's nightly sign-off comforted me during treatment. It still does. Take care of yourself and each other. Yes, yes, I will. I know cancer will never be done with me, but just don't come back. And now my thoughts are no longer dominated by cancer. I do what I want because after cancer, life's too short. Good job not dying.
Oh my, see the tears in my eyes. Wow, somebody else mentioned the eyelashes in your character. Those were pretty unique. And I love the cat at animal support and especially the cat at the end. Just this was amazingly powerful.
Thank you.
The good job not dying. I don't know whether to laugh or cry, but I love that part. Oh, very powerful. You all are just absolutely amazing. How about we have a little bit of time left. If anybody has questions, I still have Naomi spotlighted. If you have a book or copies of your work or a website, Instagram title you want to just share verbally with us right now, you can.
Sure, my website, which with all of my work with plants and cancer, is my name, naomivolain.com. And my plant website is called Plants Go Global. That's the same as my Instagram, Plants Go Global. And I don't have anything published yet. I hope to. I'd like to write a book about my memoir or whatever anybody else wants me to
Please do.
cartoon about.
I'm so happy you got to work with Beth Tremblay. She's an amazing instructor.
She's amazing.
Alexandria, do you want to share anything more? Hi.
I just want to thank you for having me here. I'm excited to read. It's an excerpt from my graphic novel, which has been published in an indie magazine called Gladiolus. It's out of print though, so This is really nice to be able to share it in a new context, especially like the panel by panel format. Super interesting because it felt very like online comic, like Tumblr, webtoons-esque, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to share about it. A little bit of insight into it is it's about bipolar disorder and my personal experience with it, and talking about how that manifests in dreams. So that's a little bit of what my graphic novel explores, and I'm really excited to read it to you. Oh.
I'm excited about that too. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's do, who else can I find? MK. Um,
I can share my screen.
Let me see if I can get.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. The shape of me. Why do I feel prickly inside? Was it the elixir? This artifact? Why did she give them to me anyway? Come, Alice, we must go. What's happening to me? What have you been plotting? Your revolution. There's no other way to get true freedom. It's too late to turn back. But I don't want to change. Zap. Pang. Snap. Crack. Dream 39. Dream analysis. To see a metamorphosis take place in your dream denotes sudden and rapid changes in your personal life. Sorry, did I just close my sharing screen? Sorry.
No, it's still there.
Oh, it's still there? Okay, I think it just closed because I can't see it. Oh no. Wait.
What's up right now is stream number 39.
Okay, cool. I just found it, sorry. I had to close the sidebar and then it closed the rest of it so I could
Oh,
read
yeah.
the comic. Yeah, okay, sorry. Resuming. If the metamorphosis is a complicated and unpleasant one, then it suggests that you are ill-prepared for these inevitable changes. It hurts so much. Alice. Present reality. Hi, Alice. I wish I could have one dreamless night. Hey, Lucy. Patients cycle in and out of the ward, but my friend and I stay. We don't know when we'll be released. I wonder how I got here. Not what I did to get admitted. Sadly, I recall my cringy episode quite clearly. All I know is that this breakdown was years in the making, but how I fell apart is still beyond me. So where or when did it start? Was it work, love, family, friends, all of the above? Whoa. How do I begin this story when my memories are all jumbled up? Some seeping into dreams set in alternate yet familiar realities. I try to sift through the brain fog and cocktail of drugs to solve the mystery that is myself. Reality, 2 months ago. Why did you have to ask me out, Paula? Why did I agree so soon after Yuki broke my heart? How did I scare you off too? Why does no one want to be with me? What's wrong with me? Why do I always pick people who are bad for me? Come to me. What is that beautiful stranger doing? Dream 28. Did she bring the moon to the beach? Yes and no. Come, join me on a little trip. Where will we go? Swish, swish, swish. Somewhere lost in space, yet found between land and sea. Dream analysis. A journey awaits. You are in the middle of a tough transition, but in time, you will reach a breakthrough. Present reality. They say bipolar people fall in love differently from neurotypical people. Sometimes love can trigger hypomania or abnormally elevated extreme changes in their mood or emotions, energy or activity level. They fall fast and they fall hard, addicted to the highs of infatuation. So when a sudden breakup occurs, they can spiral to drastic lows. And while back-to-back breakups can't be easy for anyone, it feels like the world is imploding for a heartbroken bipolar person who didn't know she was bipolar. At least I can use this new diagnosis as a scapegoat for my failed love life. No, I need this to mean much more. This is a second chance to understand my past romantic choices that still haunt me today. This way, I can finally forgive myself, learn from my mistakes, and change. To be continued.
Gorgeous, gorgeous
Thank you.
Alexandria. And I purposely left off your bio. Sorry, that was an awkward beginning.
Oh, no, that's
But I
okay.
wanted, I just kind of a little trick for myself just to see. I read your bio earlier and I thought, I want to see your comic before I read the bio. And it did prove to be a burst of everything you're about.
Thank you so much.
Alexandria, we'll read it now though. Alexandria, AKA Foxee, is a full-time freelance art director based in Los Angeles, California, specializing in comic production and illustrative design. Alexandria professionally colors for publishing giants like Penguin Random House, Dark Horse Comics, and Abrams Books. Alexandria hopes to redefine color education, expand creator representation, especially for Black women, decolonize character skin tones, and create more female-led communities within the current comic industry. I wanted to get a horn to blow there, like a celebrate. Didn't get one together. Wonderful. Yes. Do you want to add anything else, or did you get to put in chat about where we can find you or see more of your work?
I can definitely put some links in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
thank you so much.
So we are at, whoops, I almost closed this out. We are at the ready to wrap up. Let me see if I can get Naomi off. Um, Hey, Kate, I made you co-host. Can you get Naomi off screen share? I just keep hitting the wrong button. Thank you. I knew you could do it. Surprise, your co-host. Anyway, we had Eric, Carole, Elvis, MK, Alexandria, and Naomi. This was just so, I am just rattled with adrenaline right now. It's so good. We do see some questions in the chat. If you want to raise your hand and we select you and you ask out loud. Anybody want to do that? I saw a couple of questions for Naomi, I thought. Let's see, is this yes. Akir asked if Alexandria, is it online anywhere? I think he said it's out of print, but maybe online. Yeah, we give a prize to whoever can find that.
I want to post it online and also start selling issues of it out of my online shop that I'm getting set up. So I will keep you posted. I have my link to my
Too.
newsletter in like the what was it, the marketplace or the sales floor. So I could put my newsletter up and that can keep everyone updated about like graphic design updates as well as color course updates.
Oh,
Because
that's
I saw
wonderful.
that people said that I should teach a class in color, which I'm working on. So
Yeah.
would love to.
Okay, Naomi, here's question for Anne Marie, Naomi, and others. It's interesting how you and me draw our older selves without visual signs of aging. We look young and ageless. This is in contrast to Elvis drawing her aging grandmother as aged. Are we doing this as victims of ageism?
Probably. It wasn't conscious to make myself younger or older to look like that. The last time I drew myself looking older was in a drawing class at a local art school. But no, as I said in the chat, I probably hold my own ageism and it comes out in my comics because I'm not old instead of being 66. And I try to hide my age in a bio, for example, or how many years I've worked. So, yeah.
Okay, there's Anne Marie.
Hi, kia ora. I'm in New Zealand and I'm in my granddaughter Naomi's bedroom. It's tomorrow and it's the dead of winter. And I'm 66. So I think one of the things that's interesting, and I'm looking at the room, it seems like there are quite a few older people in the room. I can't tell, but I loved your hair, Carole. Are you 66 as well, Carole? No, sorry, you're 50.
You're a
She's younger.
baby. You're a baby. I'm 71.
Oh no,
my
Carole, I
goodness.
thought you were in your 50s.
Well, I wondered both. So I've come to drawing very late. I don't know about you guys, but I wonder age is the attribute here. And yet at the same time, I've only drawn myself old to mock myself in a funny exchange with a much younger sister. And I actually don't even know if I were to draw myself and say, what do I look like now? I'd be much more beautiful. You see, listen to the ageism coming out. So I wonder what we see when we draw about what we think that we can't actually quite express. I have brown hair, but you wouldn't know. Oh, wait, no, I don't have brown hair. You know, that kind of problem. And on that, I'll stop talking, but just food for thought for us.
I just try to get the hair, and I don't put glasses on myself. And if I wanted to do something when I can't quite depict how I want myself to look, I might be an animal. I might be this. Yeah. Any other questions we see or comments? Feel free to pop up with a comment even.
I like your I might be an animal.
Yeah. Light says she draws herself much thinner. Yes. It's a,
Yeah.
it's a rule. You have to, I think.
I did start drawing my white streaks in my comics.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So those are there.
Alexandria would love to teach a color class. We're in. Would do that, yeah. And MK, sign me up for your class. I'll start with your book. This is okay. So we should probably say goodbye. There's 5 minutes left, and I don't want to interfere with the next class. Although the next one is at 5. It's 5 to 8:30, so you have a little bit of a break.
Darlene, can you tell us about your historical house?
It is it was, I wish you could see it. Like I have way over here and way over here. There's big cement columns. There's big steps that go all the way down to the street. I'm on somewhat of a little bit of a hill in a village of Danville. So I'm just on 2 lots, but the porch is my saving place. It's awesome. The house was built in probably 1800s, and I have a hole right over there in my wood floor where a flag post would stand because it was a place to view deceased soldiers. Yeah, so the ghosts are here. And I grew up here as a child. When I first moved in here, the upstairs was divided off with my uncle, and his children lived up there. and then they moved out. It's got great big rooms. There's not that many rooms, but yeah, I didn't know. This room, the ceilings have been lowered, and all I can think of is I have big rooms, still high ceilings, and I want them back up. There's 2 rooms where we lowered the ceilings when we moved in years ago and we had children. My husband was afraid to heat the house. There's a big coal wood furnace in the basement that a man could stand inside of. And we used wood to heat this place for a while, but now it has gas. Yeah. But it's got, you know, the old oak woodwork, wood floors. Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for asking that.
So do we
I
stay
don't
in the
wanna-
same?
Pardon, go ahead.
I'm sorry. First, do we stay in the same room for the next session, or it's a different link? Is it?
It's the same. Mhm.
It's the same. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I don't want to leave you all. I'm having so much fun. I'm really happy to have met you, and I hope I bump into you somewhere else at Saul or over on Instagram or somewhere. Thank you so much. This is just such a good place. Thank you. Saul is so wonderful. Thank you, Saul. Thank you, presenters.
In the last meeting and this meeting,
Ju-
people said
This is Kevin Wolf. Actually, each session is a different link.
different link.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Thank you. Oh,
Yes.
yes, it is. Tom told me I had a different link. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron. Okay. Bye, Eric, Carole, Elvis, MK, Alexandra, and Naomi. You guys are wonderful. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
So
you so
nice
much
Thank
for
you,
doing
everybody.
this.
Bye. Oh, yes,
Thank
you can
you.
unmute.
Yeah, bye.
I think that's my
Bye.
job to get everybody unmuted so you can thank.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Darlene.
That was wonderful.
Bye, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
Wonderful
you.
work. Wonderful work, everyone.
Bye.
keep drawing, everybody. Keep drawing.
Keep drawing. Thank you, Carole. Yes.
Thank you.